Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Triple H has overseen WWE's creative direction since replacing his father-in-law Vince McMahon in July 2022. Vince Russo, WWE's head writer in the late 1990s, thinks the game should consider stepping aside. Russo wrote storylines for WWE when Raw regularly drew the highest ratings in the show's history. In 1999, he left the company to join WCW after McMahon told him he should hire a nanny to look after his children. In an interview on the Hannibal TV, Russo said Triple H was a great wrestler but doubted his ability as a writer. He also raised concerns about Raw and SmackDown becoming 3-hour weekly shows. "I watch these shows and all I see are the same angles repeated over and over again and stretched out to nausea," Russo said. "That tells me Triple H is creatively bankrupt, so he either needs to step aside and get some people in there that understand writing and know how to write a television show and understand wrestling, or else, like I said, bro, 6 hours of the WWE weekly, do you know how old and boring that is gonna get?" 35:07 35:49. In the same interview, Russo addressed Stephanie McMahon and Triple H's current relationship with Vince McMahon. Vince Russo on Triple H's early 2025 plan. On April 19th to 20th, WrestleMania 41 will take place in Las Vegas. Several big names are expected to return before then, including John Cena, Logan Paul, and The Rock. Raw is also due to debut on Netflix on January 6th. With so much buzz around WWE right now, Vince Russo expects Triple H to have lots of creative options ahead of WrestleMania. However, after the show of shows, he thinks storyline issues will arise again. "Yeah, bro, they'll probably be able to ride the wave from now till WrestleMania," Russo continued. "They got Cena in their pocket. They'll probably bring The Rock back. Logan Paul's making a comeback. They'll pull every rabbit out of that hat. As soon as WrestleMania's over, bro, and that tank is empty, good luck with 6 hours of TV every week." 35:49, 36:16. Russo also explained why he thinks Roman Reigns' bloodline storyline is boring and not as exciting as many fans think. What are your thoughts on Vince Russo's comments? Hit the discuss button and let us know. The backstage halls of WWE have always been filled with whispers, but in recent weeks, those murmurs have grown louder. Triple H, the man behind WWE's creative direction since Vince McMahon's semi-retirement, is facing mounting criticism. Once hailed as the savior of WWE storytelling, a veteran voice in the wrestling world has now declared that the game might be creatively bankrupt and should consider stepping aside for the good of the business. Triple H's creative reign began with high hopes. Fans and insiders alike were optimistic when the cerebral assassin took the reins. His work with NXT during the Black and Gold era had set a new standard for storytelling, character development, and in-ring action. The expectation was that he would bring the same magic to WWE's main roster. For a while, he delivered. Stars like Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Gunther thrived under his vision, while long-neglected storylines like the Bloodline saga reached new heights. However, the honeymoon period appears to be over. As of late, fans have criticized repetitive booking, lackluster feuds, and the failure to capitalize on younger talents. A veteran WWE Hall of Famer, speaking on the condition of anonymity, minced no words. "Triple H is a legend, no doubt. But even legends can hit a wall. Wrestling is about evolution, and right now, WWE feels stuck in the past. It might be time for Hunter to take a step back and let fresh minds take over." One major issue fans and critics point to is the lack of long-term planning. While Triple H once excelled at weaving intricate, months-long narratives in NXT, the main roster has suffered from a scattershot approach. The Judgment Day storyline, once a centerpiece of Raw, has seemingly stalled, with no clear direction for its members. Meanwhile, promising talents like LA Knight and Grayson Waller are stuck in mid-card limbo, despite their undeniable charisma. The decision to keep Roman Reigns' undisputed WWE Universal Championship reign going, while historic, has alienated some fans who feel the storyline has grown stale. A particular sore spot has been the handling of the women's division. Stars like Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair remain at the forefront, but younger talents like Tegan Nox and Xia Li are rarely given meaningful opportunities. Critics argue that Triple H is playing it too safe, relying on established names rather than building new stars. The WWE veteran continued, emphasizing the need for a shift in leadership. Wrestling is cyclical. What worked 5 years ago won't necessarily work today. Hunter has done great things, but he's surrounded by yes-men and people who are afraid to challenge his vision. If WWE wants to remain the global leader in sports entertainment, they need someone who's willing to take risks again. One name floated as a potential replacement is Paul Heyman. The wise man has consistently demonstrated an ability to craft compelling narratives, most recently with the Bloodline saga. Another candidate could be Jeremy Borash, a former TNA creative mastermind now working behind the scenes at WWE. Triple H has always been candid about his creative approach. During a recent appearance on The Bump, he addressed the criticism, saying, "I understand that not everyone will agree with every decision. That's the nature of this business. My goal has always been to put on the best show possible and create moments that resonate with our fans. If there's room for improvement, I'm always open to it." However, some insiders claim that behind the scenes, Triple H has become increasingly isolated, unwilling to listen to alternative ideas. One source described the creative meetings as rigid, with limited room for collaboration. The wrestling community is divided on the issue. Social media platforms are filled with debates about whether Triple H is truly out of ideas or if he's simply the victim of an overly critical fanbase. Triple H saved WWE after Vince's terrible booking decisions. "People need to give him more time," one fan tweeted. Another responded, "NXT was amazing because it was small scale. On the main roster, Hunter has proven he can't handle the pressure. Time for new blood." Whether or not Triple H steps aside, WWE is at a crossroads. Competition from AEW has forced the company to raise its game, but even that pressure has its limits. Fans are demanding more compelling stories, fresh faces, and risks that pay off. If Triple H remains at the helm, he'll need to prove that he's still capable of innovation. That might mean surrounding himself with a more diverse team of writers or even collaborating with outside creative minds. On the other hand, a leadership change could bring its own set of challenges, as a new vision might alienate the loyal fanbase Triple H has cultivated. Triple H's contributions to WWE cannot be overstated. From his days as an in-ring performer to his transformative work with NXT, he has left an indelible mark on the industry. However, as the wrestling world evolves, so too must its leaders. Whether or not Triple H steps aside, one thing is clear: WWE's creative future hangs in the balance. For now, all eyes are on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, where the game will have to prove, once again, that he's the king of the creative ring.